My name is Jimmy Nguyen. I'm the chef owner of Hot Asian Buns food truck in Orlando, Florida. The food truck's been open for about 2 years now. We sell handmade bao buns, which are it's like an Asian steamed bread filled with all kind of meats like fried chicken, pork belly, roasted pork. We have a vegan option as well. Bao buns, I thought, were just a fun concept. Like, it's a fun thing to eat. It's not regularly seen around. You can't really get it anywhere, and it's just a fun street food that I thought people would enjoy. The idea came about on a trip to New York City where I had my first steamed bun, and I thought it was just an amazing idea for a food truck in Orlando. And I worked on it. 2 years later, I opened Hot Asian Buns. I'm also the only one in Orlando that hand makes my bao buns, and I think it really appeals to people and people can taste the difference. The process is pretty much just like making regular bread, but instead of baking it, we steam it. But the ingredients in it is just like regular bread ingredients. There's bread flour, cake flour, yeast, water, sugar, and baking powder. Before owning a food truck, I was working as line cooks. Before that, just regular mundane jobs, cashier at a gas station, worked in nail salons doing pedicures and stuff like that. Well, I always had a passion for food. Went to culinary school at 30 years old. I had no idea how to cook, but I knew it was just my passion. So I went for it, went to school, and then started working in different kitchens in Orlando and decided food truck was the way to go, especially money-wise. It was affordable, you know, for me. So that's why I chose a food truck. Owning a food truck, it's my first business venture. I've never been a business owner before in my life, and it's been absolutely terrifying, but also it's made me so happy. It's done so much for my mentality, my confidence, and stuff like that. Owning a food truck, you also get to make your own schedule. You know, if you're sick, you can call off, not like a brick and mortar restaurant, you know what I mean? So it definitely has its pros, you know, like a lot of it is freedom. I think a successful food truck should have great food and great service. I implement that with my food truck, me and my staff. I make sure ticket times are fast. I make sure the food is good and fresh. The challenges of owning a food truck is definitely you have to have a hustle mentality. You have to like be ready for events, get all your prep done for events. Also hustle on the computer as well and on the phone as to finding events where you can sell at. So it's just constant communicating with people, calling around, making connections, and just finding places where I can sell my food. Prep is pretty much every day. We do like a 14-hour a day usually on the food truck because it's a small operation and we do pretty good volume, you know. So if it's a small operation, you know, 2 people really do prepping. I have like 2 other employees and stuff. So to keep up with that, like it's long hours and there's prep involved all the time. Orlando, I've been living in Orlando for 15 years and it definitely has a big local community that I love. You know, people from out of town don't realize that because it's all about Disney, but Orlando has a great local culture that I'm in love with, and the people here are just so nice and just willing to try new things and just always looking for something different, and that's what I wanted to bring to the community as well with my food truck. Definitely the Korean fried chicken. That one is the crowd favorite. It is boneless chicken thigh, brine for over 12 hours, fried, coated in a sweet, tangy, spicy gochujang sauce with creamy slaw and a bao bun. It's definitely the crowd favorite. When I made it for the first time and I took a bite, I looked at my wife and was like, this is gonna be a seller.
I'd have to do the Korean fried chicken. Like that is like, it just hits all the marks. Every time, like they're super nice and the food is always like really good quality. Like you can tell it's really good.
The process, when I look back at it, it's just it's funny. Like I've made a lot of bad food before I've made good food. So it was definitely a lot of trial and error. And I feel like that's the only way to come up with a menu concept. You know what I mean? The most rewarding part would be, as cliche as it might sound, making customers happy. You know what I mean? Like seeing the smiles on their faces, the return customers, the repeat ones, the ones that just give me compliments after they tried my food saying, oh my God, that was so good. Like that's definitely one of the perks. What I achieved the most from this food truck business was my self-confidence. It's just given me a better outlook on life and just made things more positive. My advice for future food truck owners is to work on your mentality first. You have to change your mindset into I can do, not I can't do. I feel like once that core is established, then you can achieve anything, whether it's a food truck or anything else that you want to do.